Welcome back, everybody. Today I am setting up a, I would say quail poop tea, but it's going to be a poop tea tank. This is the best fertilizer I've ever used. I've done this on a smaller scale, but I've got so much manure from different animals. I'm setting up a little bit bigger of a system here to try to capture it all, and then I can use this on my garden, plus potted plants, things like that. My garden, I just grow stuff for my animals, basically. Being carnivore, I don't eat really anything out of there. Sometimes I'll put mint leaves from my garden inside of water, but I don't actually eat anything out of there. My daughter eats stuff out of there. My wife will eat a few things out of there. But that being said, it's a great fertilizer, kind of regenerative farming, if you will. You're giving back to the plants that are giving back to the animals that are giving back to you. So this is a great way to do this. This is a 150-gallon tank that I bought from Tractor Supply. I've had this for a couple years, and I don't really have a real purpose for it at the moment. What I was using it for, I don't need anymore. So this is a good tank for what I've got. I am just starting this, and as you can see down on the front, I put a valve. So that's an 1.25 inch PVC valve in there. That way I can just open the valve, drain it into a bucket. I set this up on railroad ties, as you can see down there, to get it up off the ground. That way I can put a 5-gallon bucket under there, turn the valve on, close it when I'm done. And then I could fill up buckets of this, and I could even save it over winter if I want to use on house plants or different things, whatever. A little of this goes a really long way. So I'm going to kind of show you what I did to start. Is I have a hatching time quail cage, and I just emptied, so it's a 5 battery cage, so it's 5 different sections, 5 different poop trays. So I just dumped the 5 poop trays in here, and this is about a week's worth of quail poop that I dumped in here. So I'm going to get the camera, bring it over here, let you guys see what I've got in here, and then we'll get the water added. All right, so here's the inside of the tank. You can see the quail poop. There's a little bit of food mixed down in there. Not a big deal. There's feathers in there. There's eggs in there. There's egg shells. There's egg yolks. There's some fly larvae down in there. There's a little bit of everything, but this is perfect for what it's going to be. I've got 10 gallons of water here in 5-gallon buckets that I'm going to start pouring into here. I'm not sure how many gallons of water it's going to take, but my goal is I want the water to be just above the droppings in here. So I'm going to put the water in here to about 1 inch. And then once that's in there and it's up 1 inch over the droppings, all you do is you just let this sit. I stir it generally once a day, but you can use this right away. And I usually, the more you stir it, the more it breaks down, and then you won't have as many particles in, big chunks in your watering container. A lot of people filter theirs. I don't filter it. I leave the chunks in there. I don't water through a fine mesh anything. I watered basically with a jug, so anything that goes into the dirt, I don't care. A little of this goes a really, really long way. But we will go ahead and start getting this filled up. There we go. That took 15 gallons to cover everything. So you can see it mixed up well. It looks really, really tasty. Got a nice little stick back here I'm going to grab and give it a stir. This is going to be my official stir stick. And then all you really want to do is once a day I come out And when I did it in my buckets, I would shake the buckets because I had lids on them. So I would just shake them once a day. But for this, at this magnitude, I'll just come out and stir them once a day. And you can actually already see a lot of stuff is breaking up. There's not a lot of chunks on the surface. It's mostly eggshells and feathers. So yeah, as this moistens a little bit, it will break the droppings down more, and then it'll turn to mush a little bit easier. So yeah, and this is usable whenever you're ready to use it. Like I said, you can strain it if you want. I don't. I just pour it right into whatever and mix it. Like I said, I have this valve down here, so you can put a 5-gallon bucket here. You turn it on, drain it into your bucket, and then you can store this, you know, however long you want, or you can just let it sit in here and ferment. Put a little squirt in your bucket, and then go fill your bucket up with your water. But I'm a big believer in regenerative practices. This is an excellent regenerative practice. This is, like I said, the best fertilizer that you could probably use. And you can use any, you know, farm droppings. My quail droppings are going to fill this up pretty fast, I'm afraid. So I'm going to have to use this kind of fast. But I've also got rabbit, goats, pigs that I could put in here if needed. So, you know, you could mix everything. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, a great regenerative practice. And if you've got the droppings and you're just wasting them and throwing them somewhere, why not try something like this to give back to kind of what you're already doing? So again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you next time.